Welcome back to the UMH-68 Invitational. We have made it to the final game of day one. 3 games down, 1 to go, and it is Team Blue versus Team Red. Zach Stewart on the call with you throughout the weekend, heading into this final game of day one. Team Blue against Team Red. Let's take a look at Team Blue's roster and how they got to this game, how they did in this morning's game. So Team Blue, their roster on the back end: number 2, Tyler Westman; number 3, Olivier Schotting; number 4, Kono DePendria; number 5, Zachary Zurikowski; number 6, Corbin White; and number 7, Piper Dupuis. That is the back end, the blue line for this Team Blue. Up front, the forwards: Christian Bowen; number 9, number 10, Jackson Marchischuk; number 11, Alex Iachikin; number 12, Kane Fitzgerald; number 13, Nolan Riley; wearing number 14 is Kane Redton; number 15, Cole Hunter. Luke McCormick is wearing number 16, and Max McKendry, number 17. That's the forward unit for this Team Blue. But in goal, the 2 goalies: number 29, Lucas Gosling. He started the first game, so it's safe to assume that number 33, Tyler Rydberg, will be starting this afternoon game in the first game for them. Team Blue beat Team Black 7-4. So that is Team Blue's roster here, heading into their second game of the day. Also heading into their second game of the day is Team Red. They suffered a 6-4 loss against Team Gray in this morning's game, but they're looking for revenge here this afternoon. Team Red on their blue line on the back end, they have number 2, Cooper Kraus; number 3, Brendan Swinimer; number 4, Ben DeLedge; number 5, Parker Keith; number 6, Carmen Kang; and number 7, Yul Ko. Up front, the forwards for this Team Red at the UMH-68 Invitational. You got number 9, Owen Demansky; number 10, Rowan McGrath; number 11, Max Thielen; number 12, Mitchell Wilson; number 13, Spencer Hall; number 14, Roma Shin; number 15, you got Max Pellegrino; Jeffrey Yu wearing number 16, and Jackson Dewick numbering number 17. The 2 goalies for Team Red: number 29, Holter Karpiak, and he is most likely, he will be getting the start in this afternoon game, as Jackson Zinner wearing number 33, the other goalie, got the start in the morning game. So Holter Karpiak will be getting the start here for Team Red, who got beat in their morning game 6-4 by Team Gray. Let's take a look at Team Red, who scored their 4 goals in their morning game. It was Yul Ko, Rowan McGrath, Spencer Hall, and Ryoma Shin scoring their 4 goals. On the other side, for Team Blue in their 7-4 win over Team Black, they got goals from Kono DePrina, Zachary Zurikowski, Jackson Marchischuk; 2 goals from Alex Iachikin; 1 goal from Kane Fitzgerald, and Kane Brereton also got a goal. So it is Team Red versus Team Blue here to end off day 1 of the UMH-68 Invitation. 4 games tomorrow, then 2 on Sunday. Let's recap the day so far. Started out with a 6-4 Team Gray win over this Team Red. And then the other morning game was a 7-4 win for Team Blue over Team Black. After that, the game right before this, the first afternoon game, saw a 7-3 win for Team Black over Team Gray. And now Team Blue versus Team Red to finish off this first day here in Vernon at Cal Tire Place North, one of 2 ice rinks in this arena. As the pucks are being cleaned up, warm-ups are over. Like I said, the goalie matchup here in this game will be Tyler Rydberg getting the start in net for Team Blue. And then Halter Karpiak getting the start for Team Red. Karpiak from Kamloops is a 5'8" goalie, playing with the Kamloops Blazers U13 Tier 1 team. On the other side, Team Blue, Tyler Rydberg is a 5'9" goalie from Surrey, playing in the PCAHA League. So two goalies going against each other, looking to show what they've got in this tournament. Team Blue looking to stay undefeated, whereas Team Red looking for their first win of the tournament. If Team Red wins this one, every team after the first day will head into the day 2 1-1 record. So let's see if it can come a full carousel in this tournament, as both teams are done their warm-ups, done the puck cleanup, and getting ready to get this game started. Face-off at center ice coming up to end day 1, the 4th and final game here on a Friday at the UMH-68 Invitation. As final puck's getting cleaned up, and we'll get this one started. Team Blue looked good, scoring 7 goals in their first game, whereas Team Red scored 4, giving up 6, but still looked good in the process as well. As both teams lining up at the face-off dot, nose to nose, getting ready to get this game underway. Ready to get Team Red versus Team Blue started, and puck is dropped. We're underway in this 4th and final game. Team Blue is going from broadcast left to right, Team Red from right to left, as Nolan Riley on the attack early, trying to get that one free. Into the offensive zone, chipped out to the blue line, but Hunter able to keep it in as Swinimer goes behind his own net to try to collect that puck. Hall unable to get it out. Nolan Riley back down at the end boards behind the net of Karpiak. Unable to break that one free as Shin gets it to the blue line, not out. Another shot on from Schotting this time. Riley with a tip wide of the net to the far hand side of the ice. Team Red takes it behind their own net. Another keep in, no, just past the stick of Schotting, as Zarowski's on a backtrack in his own territory, trying to shake off the forechecker of Hall. Goes behind the net. Zurkowski drop pass deep behind the net, and looking to now move this one up. Into the offensive zone goes Ayachikin, takes a backhand shot, pad save by Karpiak, as now that one's moved right down the middle into the offensive zone. Thielen gets poke checked off. Nearly an offensive zone turnover. Wilson, just lost sight of it, is now Team Blue. They'll pick it up and come right down the middle. Westman skating into one of his teammates as Wilson comes back the other way. A shot on, blocked in front and up into the netting, out of play. 1.5 minute already in the books in this game in the first period. Still scoreless, with Team Blue having a couple good looks on net already in this contest to end off Friday at the UMH-68. Face-off coming to the blocker hand side of Blue territory in front of Tyler Rydberg. Face-off won by Team Red, but taken away quickly. Got a 3-on-1 advantage if Team Blue hurries into the offensive zone. McCormick takes an edge, backdoor, feeds it over, but a sliding save. Great start to this game for Halter Karpiak with a great sliding save to reject a backdoor pass. As Team Blue still on the offensive attack though. Deprina gets it down low, looking for Bowen. With it, McCormick to the forehand, trying to make moves around, unable to get through the Team Red defenseman. McCormick another centering feed. Can't connect on that either, as Dueck is out the other way with a brief break. Taking the backhand, takes a shot, rebound, and it's into the back of the net. Dueck beating his man and getting a shot on, rebound right onto the tape of Mitchell Wilson, as he'll get it into the empty net on the rebound from Port Coquitlam. Mitchell Wilson gets Team Red the 1-0 lead, 17:47 to go here in this first period. Great hustle by both players on that play in Jackson Dewick and Mitchell Wilson to speed out the defenseman, and Wilson to stay with the puck and be ready for that rebound to make it 1-0 for Team Red. Ensuing face-off, Marchesechuk into the offensive zone. That one's knocked off his stick. Pellegrino rings it at the end boards. Keeping it in is Dupuis at the end, at the side point. Not able to keep that one in. Our Team Blue is out the other way with numbers 3-on-2 with the shot. Goes wide of the net. That was off the tape of Pellegrino for Team Red. Blue gets the rebound, working up on the near hand side. That's White, the defenseman, leading a rush up, trying to make a move around, unable to get by DeLedge. So it goes to Dupuis at the point with the shot. That one's blocked in front. Trying to be there first is Marchesechuk. Has that one knocked off his stick. Pellegrino 2-on-2 into the offensive zone. Toe taps, makes a move, but Dupuis gets enough to keep Team Red at bay. Hall with the shot and beats it over the shoulder. Absolute snipe to give Team Red the 2-0 lead. Spencer Hall gets his second of the day, first of this game, picking that top corner perfectly to make it 2-0. 16:45 into this first period. Pass out to Hall, takes his time and finds the top corner. 2-0 Team Red. Ensuing face-off, already back onto the attack. Hall from nearly the same spot he just scored from. He'll dish it down below the goal line and then work it to the near side boards. Kraus going towards the net, takes a shot, breaks a stick, and again another groan from the parent section about a broken stick. They hate to see it as that one's covered up from Rydberg. Face-off coming to his blocker hand side. 2-0 is the score here for Team Red. 16.5 minutes in. Face-off, one forward by Team Blue. Check-in will storm up in front of his own net, try to make a move to the outside, cut back right down the middle, pass it up forward towards Hunter. Hunter, drop pass to Idechek, not quite there enough as McGrath will take it. Now spin away from an attack and stretch pass, looking for Hall. That one is going to be an icing call. They're going to say no one touched it up. So icing with a face-off, coming back down in front of Karpiak, who's already made a phenomenal save today, back when it was 0-0. Now it's 2-0 for his team. Face-off coming to the glove hand side of him. Face-off won by Team Blue, worked it to the blue line. Able to keep that one in is Zarowski. Nolan Riley trying to battle DeLedge at the end boards. Out with it into the neutral zone to the logo. Popped back down the ice by Schotting. As DeLedge will pick it up at the end boards. Fire it to the far hand side blue line. Kept in by Riley. Now all alone against 5 red teams. Throws it on net. Rebound loose in front. Riley couldn't get it, but still in possession is Team Blue with Bowen. That one's knocked off his stick. Out the other way goes Shin. That one's knocked off his stick. Taking the puck is Team Blue right down the middle over the logo. Breaking over the blue line. Chicken trying to drive out wide. Takes the shot. Save on by Karpiak. Centering feed. Bowen has that loose in his stick. Trying to drag it to his forehand. McGrath out the other way. Down the right wing. Into the offensive zone. Has the goal scorer Wilson with him on the doorstep. But good defensive play by Westman to not allow a clean pass. Back onto the tape of McGrath. Pushed into the crease. Puck goes to the blue line. Tapped in. Kept in by Coe. Up top, Shin. He'll just dump that one down and go for a line change. As Team Blue slows it down in their own ends. Stretch pass down towards McCormick. That's no icing as McCormick's there first to negate it. So McCormick picks it up. He'll spot and hook in the offensive zone, have that knocked off his stick. As Team Blue's got to get back on side and then go for the attack on the forecheck. McCormick on one side. McCrider on the other. Into the neutral zone. Team Red now works their way over the blue line. Taking behind their own net, McKendry works up. Making a nifty move is Boeing, trying to look for McKendry beside him again. Drop pass to McCormick. That's off a stick. It goes in front of the net. And as Team Red takes over, McCormick runs into his man. Puck loose. Team Red right down the middle again. Cooper Krause. He's working into the offensive zone. He'll stop up to have that one overtaken by Bowen. Bowen knocked off his stick as well, but still in possession. McCormick jump cuts away from a hit, trying to get by on Cooper Krause. Angles that one to the end boards. First one there, McKendry. He gets spun away from the puck. Gets absolutely run into by Dupuis, who's able to hold the blue line. Offside as Shotting touches it. So able to hold the line for a second, but not for too long, as a neutral zone face-off. Now coming up with a 2-0 lead for Team Red already in this game. 13 and a half to go. Goals in this one scored by Spencer Hall and Mitchell Wilson. Pellegrino has that one knock off his stick. Is Marcheeschuk over to Shotting, over the red line, trying for a give and go with Marcheeschuk, too far out of his reach. Stepping up, big hit in the neutral zone as the puck goes down to the end behind the net of Karpiuk. Trying for another hit, there's Marcheeschuk as Pellegrino comes away with it, taps it forward towards Yu into the offensive zone. Try to slide it through, grabbing up the loose puck to Ledge, couldn't continue his momentum. Marcheeschuk, he'll go flying down the right wing, over the blue line, cut towards the slot, feed it forward. Unable to get that one through, turnaround shot, pad save by Karpiak. Pellegrino has that one jumped on, but able to chip it around and continue that puck up towards Hall. Westman, nice defensive play to get in front and pinch Hall off the puck. And now come up with it, trying to pull it back, slow it down. Pellegrino and McGrath flip that one back down to the end and go for a line change. It is Deprina. He'll move it up quickly onto the tape of Ayachikin. He got 2 goals in this morning's game. Has that one knocked off his stick. Trying to recover is Riley. Unable to do so right now. Still trying for a second effort. Holding the line. Not for long. 2-on-1. McGrath and Shin. McGrath looking back for Shin. Great heads-up play there by the defenseman Deprina to get down and block that pass across. Stretch pass up towards Ayachikin. Gets a stick on it, so no icing. Karpiak plays it off into the corner, circling into the offensive zone, button hooking, trying to find a better shooting lane, trying to make a move to the front of the net. That one gets taken away. Behind the net, Hunter leaves it off, still loose in front. Both teams trying to whack away with it. One way, one the other. Shot on from the point through traffic. And a glove save covered up by Karpiak for a whistle. 11:20 to go in this first period. And 2-0 is the score for Team Red. Face off coming to the blocker hand side of Karpiak. Face off one forward by Team Red, going right down the middle, trying to break through with speed. Thielen gets knocked off the puck, trying to enter the offensive zone by Corbin White. Stretch pass up. Owen for Team Blue into the offensive zone. Takes a shot, tipped in front. It's into the back of the net. Looks like it was tipped by McCormick, Luke McCormick. Now leading the goal train, as he'll be in the perfect place at the perfect time and get that one by from Mission, BC. Luke McCormick has got his first goal of the weekend. Here to cut into the lead, get Team Blue on the board, make it 2-1. And after that tip-in goal by McCormick. The ensuing face-off, McCormick wins it forward, trying to get around the Red defenseman now. Keith on the backtrack, stick lift by McCormick, gets behind the net, waits for a pass, gets it to the blue line. Dupuis gets it back down low, stepping up on the puck on this near side corner, trying to keep it in. White, swing and a miss, but regains possession of the puck now, driving, gets a stick lift, able to grab that one is Bowen. He'll work back in the neutral zone, trying to start up a brand new rush for Team Blue. He'll then fire it to the near side corner. 10.5 minutes to go in this first period. Marchesechuk using his speed, getting there, now trying to leave it off for a trailer, unable to do so. Pellegrino out the other way, leaves it up forward, entering the offensive zone, draw pass to Pellegrino with the shot into the top corner, fooling the blocker hand side of Rydberg, and Pellegrino gets the red team back their 2-goal lead with Max Pellegrino from Prince George getting his first of the weekend. Make it a 3-1 Team Red lead. Shot on from distance from Pellegrino, floats its way to the top corner, blocker side of Rydberg, and it is 3-1 Team Red. Face off, one back by Team Blue in control of the puck, shotting at the point, goes for a stretch pass. That one is tipped on, so no icing. Kang to grab it at his own end boards, makes a couple moves, now he'll lead a rush, pass up towards Shin. Shin into the offensive zone, looks for a drop pass, finds it to McGrath, but not clean enough. As Marchesechuk pushes it up to Fitzgerald off his foot. So no icing again, but out of reach as Coe to his own end boards to grab it. Zarowski holds the blue line, centering feed. Puck doesn't have enough steam to make it there. Shotting right corner to left corner. Fitzgerald there waiting for it. He'll stir it back to Zurkowski. Shot on tipped in front, right onto a tape, but cleared out by a diving Kang. Great play as Shin works it up to Thielen. Thielen gets cut off by Zarowski. Looking for a down ice feed. Dueck takes over now, gets a step, fans on the shot, got some of it though, forcing Rydberg to still make the save. 9 minutes to go here in this first period. Now 3-1 with 3 first period goals so far by Team Red in Mitchell Wilson, Spencer Hall, and Max Pellegrino. On the other side, Luke McCormick with a tip-in goal. Face-off coming to the glove hand side of Rydberg. Face-off won by Team Red. Centering pass over to you, looking towards the net, looking backdoor, but taken away, and then good play behind the net where no one was. Storming out, if it is Team Blue with Nolan Riley, he'll stop up behind the net, stretch pass, turnover. Dueck goes back to Wilson, tapped over, and huge save by Rydberg, who's able to get that sliding save over to rob Wilson of his second of the game and allow his team to go up on a rush. Westman trying to get it around Swinimer, centering feed. Kraus takes over, and Cooper Kraus will slow things down at his own end board behind his goaltender in a 3-1 game. Kraus uses his speed, will come down the left wing, entering the offensive zone, trying to get a step onto Prina. Kraus leaves it off to the slot, making moves, but couldn't get the shot off. Team Red regains possession of the puck, still loose in front, battling away at it. Thielen has that one knocked off his stick, and a pass up the far hand side. Entering the offensive zone is Team Blue. They'll just get it down and go for a line change, it looks like, as DeLedge has that one picked off by iChicken. And he'll once again just get it down to the end boards. Bowen on the forecheck. He'll get that one taken away. McKendry still trying to break free, unable to do so. Too many red jerseys as Demansky gets it up to Pellegrino, who's got that last goal for this Team Red. McCormick, lone goal scorer for Team Blue, stirs behind his net, looking for a centering pass. That one's blocked away and a shot on, kick save. Loose in the corner, looking for another slot pass. That one's taken away by McCormick. Trying to chip it up, finds Bowen into the offensive zone. 3-on-2, Bowen hammers the brakes in the corner, trying to make moves down deeper into the offensive zone, evades a couple hits, works it to the blue line. McKendry far side, looking for McCormick, but looking on the wrong feed. As that one goes by the wayside, Bowen keeps it in the offensive zone, runs into Pellegrino. White with the shot from distance, another tip in front by McCormick, but tipped right into the chest of Karpiak. As that one sent into the neutral zone. Dupuis eats a hit and works back into the offensive zone. On the far hand side, driving the net to the backhand, still loose in front, slides harmlessly through the crease to the near hand side. Marchesechuk will grab it and send it down low, but line mate's going for a change, so no one there to pick it up. 6:20 left in this first period. Marchesechuck nearly forcing the offensive turnover before Keith will grab it. Unable to get enough strength on it, centering past Marchesechuck with a tip in. That one's off the pad and to the end boards. Shin has that one knocked off his body, but regains and then launches that one down the middle, connecting with a stretch pass to Hall, trying to sneak behind the defenseman, but Dupuis with a great back check and a great angle to the puck. As now both teams digging away from it, and it's gonna blow that whistle dead. Holding is gonna be the call on this play. A penalty coming up in a 3-1 hockey game here in favor of Team Red, and they're gonna call it against Piper Dupuis. 2 minutes holding, it looks like. So to the power play goes Team Red with the 3-1 lead, sending the penalty kill unit out in front of Rydberg for Team Blue. Positioning everyone correctly in the face-off dot. Puck is dropped to start up this power play, won by Team Red. Kang gets it over to Yo with the shot. Yo had a power play goal in the had a power play goal in the first game this morning. Oh, another shot. That one's blocked in front and then cleared out to the blue line. Kang keeps it in. Kang, another shot, tips just wide of the net. As Team Red looking to keep the pressure on this power play. Driving down into the corner. Now trying to pull it to the forehand. That one's stuck on the post. Taking behind the net, looking to launch it out, and that one beats by the Team Red defenders and down the length of the ice. 1:20 to go on this power play for the red team. Throws it behind their own net. Hunter steps up, grabs the puck shorthanded, down low to Iachik, and he'll circle up in the offensive zone. Shorthanded drive towards the front of the net. Too many sticks in front, and that one gets knocked away. Wilson waiting for it at the half boards, but throwing it down behind the net. Thielen now has to step up on it. Thielen pushes it up forward, looking for Wilson, tapped out of the way by Zarowski. Thrown behind the net, first one there. Hunter needs to tap that one and does so cleanly to the line, but not out. Held in on the power play, driving the net now, takes the shot, tipped in front, still loose, wide of the net. 4.5 minutes to go in this period. 30 seconds left on the power play for Team Red, who's alone in front. Backdoor tap in, a give and go, and an open net to work with on the near side post, and the Team Red extend their lead to 4-1 with a power play goal scored by Cooper Kraus, the defenseman, jumping up to get one on the board on the power play. 4-1 with 4:16 to go in this first period. Out of the box, back to even strength now, Piper Dupuis, as both teams return a 5-on-5 after that power play goal. The ensuing face-off, won back by Team Blue. Stretch pass on the far hand side, just out of reach of McKendry. Taking a hit, puck loose into the corner to the blue line. Bowen trying to stop it. Kept in, push forward, but Westman unable to push it down deeper as that one pops back out into the neutral zone. Team Red backtracking with Cooper Kraus. Kraus getting pressured by Bowen, able to turn back towards his own end boards. Kraus scoring that last power play goal, jumping in on the rush to the backdoor post. As now Swinimer gets a give and go. Swinimer now looks up, gets hit down by McCormick. As a loose puck gets the tape of Pellegrino into the offensive zone. Trying to make a move, unable to do so is Deprina, able to keep him in front of him. 3:15 left in this first period. Puck battle on the near side boards. McCormick gets that one taken away by Pellegrino to the blue line. Keith takes a shot, fans on it. Loose puck comes out towards DeLedge, who's got to backtrack towards his own blue line. Head up ice, trying to connect a pass with Pellegrino before Deporna able to grab it. Far hand side, Westman into the offensive zone, snaps a shot. Heavy shot there by Westman, but just off the tip of the glove of Karpiak to get it up out of play into the netting. At the 2:47 mark of this first period, Cooper Kraus gets a goal, his first of the weekend. One assist on that goal as of right now, going to Max Thielen. Offensive zone face-off for Team Blue, down by 3 goals now. Trying to take possession. Keith has that one go by him. DePerna angles that back down low. Marchese'chuk has that one knocked off his body. Fitzgerald gets overtaken as now McGrath comes up with it. Finds Hall beside him. McGrath and Hall into the offensive zone. Westman trying to take a good angle, but right there to grab it and work it to the blue line. DeLedge angled back in on the backhand. Westman runs in towards McGrath, so Hall takes over the puck. Hall works the blue line. Center point now switching places with Keith. Keith trying to find a pass right down the middle. Shin takes it. Down into the corner. Give and go. Shin and Hall. Back down to Hall in the corner. He'll back his way in towards traffic from Zermowski. 1:50 to go in this first period. Working back to the blue line. Hall has to angle that one back down low off the body in front. Keith now trying to drive the net. He gets taken down by DePrina. Arm of a referee is up. So delayed penalty whenever Team Blue touches the puck next. 6-on-5 advantage as Karpiak is to the bench. So 6-on-5 until Team Blue can touch it up. Shin up towards his attacker, but that one's touched off by Team Blue. And it's going to be a cross-checking penalty against Team Blue. And heading to the box is Kono DePrina. 1:23 to go and another power play opportunity for Team Red. Were successful last time out. The power play goal by Cooper Kraus. So 2 minutes with 1:23 left. Face-off coming to the blocker hand side of Rydberg. Face-off one back by Team Red, holding in the blue line. Thielen switching places with Kang. Now back onto the attack in a near side scrum. Thielen with a shot in and out of the glove as that one's knocked down and to the blue line, but not out. Kept in yet again here by Team Red. Duick, he'll circle back to the blue line, cycle it down to the corner with under a minute to go. Duick looks to set a screen. Now Thielen driving the net. Thielen still working, looking at a backdoor pass, sticked in front. Iachikin now trying to use his speed past Kang and off on a brief break, shorthanded. Iachikin to the backhand, slides it past the leg of Karpiak and into the back of the net. A shorthanded goal to get Team Blue another tally on the score clock. It is Alex Iachikin from Maple Ridge with his third of the day, first of the game. This one shorthanded to make it a 4-2 hockey game. Still in favor is Team Red, but Team Blue trying to inch their way back in before this period's over. The ensuing face-off won by Team Red. Pellegrino has that one knocked off his tape, and the puck goes all the way down towards the net of Karpiak. Pushes it. Now defenseman working out as Cooper Kraus had a power play goal last time. Hugh into the offensive zone, goes out wide. Trying for a give and go to the blue line. Working towards the net now, driving with a shot on. Kick save as Nolan Riley takes it. 11 seconds left in this first period. Iachikin again just overskates the puck this time around as Team Red looking for one last opportunity on net in this period, but cannot find it as buzzer sounds. 20 minutes are in the books here from the final game of day one at the UMH-68 Invitation. It is a 4-2 lead for Team Red over Team Blue. Team Red getting the offense early. Team Blue trying to answer late as we are going to head into the second period with 37 seconds of power play time, still in favor of Team Red as it's a 4-2 game. Let's take a look at the period summary here for that first period. Starts off early with a goal from Team Red Mitchell Wilson getting a tap-in goal, only a minute and 30 in, assisted by Jackson Dewick and Max Thielen. Then another goal quickly a couple minutes after was Spencer Hall, assisted by Max Pellegrino and Owen Domanski. And then an answering goal from Team Blue was Luke McCormick, a tip-in, assisted by Christian Bowen and Corbin White. Then an answering goal to give him a 2-goal lead again was Max Pellegrino, assisted by Owen Domanski. Then some penalty trouble. Piper Dupuis gets a holding call, and on the power play, Cooper Kraus is able to tap it in, assisted by Max Thielen. Another penalty, this time by Kono DePendria, a cross-checking call, but it was Team Blue taking advantage on the shorthanded by Alex Iachikin, getting his 3rd of the day, 1st of the game, assisted by Nolan Riley. And Tyler Rydberg, the goalie, getting an assist on that short-handed goal. That is the period summary for that first period here between Team Blue and Team Red. And the reason these two teams are playing are all because the sponsors, Jason O'Delane, also promoting this tournament, putting it on the organizer, and getting sponsors from BioSteel, one of the main sponsors of this UMH-68 tournament. Between hockey practices, tournaments, and road trips, staying hydrated is a must. And now it's easier than ever with the BioSteel Variety Pack, which can be found at Costco. 24 bottles, 3 top flavors, and 0 sugar. It's a no-brainer for hockey families. No sugar, no caffeine, no junk, just clean, effective hydration that works as hard as you do. Also, Iron Ghost Construction, where quality and safety lead every build since 2014. Iron Ghost has delivered quality, safe construction from structure to mechanics, start to finish. Iron Ghost Construction, solid, skilled, proven. A proud supporter of youth sports in their hometown of Vernon, BC and beyond. Iron Ghost is committed to building more than just structures, they're building futures. They provide player scholarships at all 4 events, helping young athletes chase their dreams on and off the ice. And you got Elite Prospects as well. Elite Prospects is for serious hockey fans crazy about the NHL, the draft, and your team's top prospects. There's no better source than EP Ringside. EP Elite Prospects, providing insight and analysis on players worldwide through written features, video breakdowns, interviews, and more. Up My Hockey is another sponsor of this tournament. Change your thinking, change your game. Up My Hockey, where mindset meets performance. Your Up My Hockey is proud to support UMH-68 because mindset matters. Change your thinking, change your game. Train with a program designed by a coach who's played at the highest level. Up My Hockey, where mindset meets performance. There's also an Up My Hockey podcast, the podcast for players chasing their full potential. From mindset to performance, this is your go-to source for unlocking the next level in your game. Listen now and explore mindset coaching at upmyhockey.com. Also, A-Cane Hockey is providing an award chosen by the coaches, the prize pack. Dominate the ice with performance-driven, cut-resistance gear built for elite players. Stay dry, stay sharp, and feel every stride with our innovative base layers and Blade Pro Skate socks, the most comfortable cut-resistant socks in the game. They have also hooked up all of the players here with elite level gear for the weekend. Thanks again to A-Cane Hockey. Also hooking up the players is Nature's Fair Market, supplying Cliff Bars, bananas, and apples to the players. Nature's Fair Markets, if it's good for you, we've got it. That does it for sponsors here in this tournament. Can't make this weekend happening without them. As we head into the second period, 4-2, Team Red over Team Blue.
Hockey 68 over all their programming. So my company, Kelowna High Performance, does all the testing, the off-ice testing, reporting. So we're helping Jason kind of develop everything off the ice and the athleticism side. Kudos to him for wanting to even do that. A lot of these programs tend to just focus on the ice, and I think one of the reasons why my own son is even attending, right, is that I think it's such a great experience to kind of get into both, because both are just as important, right? So my role is really to help grow the off-ice side of it, educate the players around, what does it mean to test, and what does it mean to, look at your results, and the talk that I just did was all about, athletic development and understanding that this is a process, and these guys are still young athletes, and, to be patient and to keep being an athlete. So, Jason is done a great job with just facilitating that, and my job becomes pretty easy to come in and just kind of speak to that, and hopefully help educate some of the athletes and parents, and give any information that I can.
There's a lot of athletic trainers out there, a lot of trainers, a lot of fitness professionals.
Yeah.
You have a very unique background. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, very fortunate. Hockey is a very small world, and I've been very fortunate to be on the good side of it for the most part. And I spent about 15 years in the NHL with the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Anaheim Ducks, as from an assistant strength and conditioning coach to strength coach to director of performance, which is kind of like the overseer of everything, I guess. And that experience has kind of allowed me to, have some insight into, 20 plus years of doing this, and seeing a lot of the different trends come in and out, and how the game has evolved now to, very fast, a lot of time on the ice, and it's changed quite a bit, right? So on the side, I opened up my own business during that time as well when I was in Ontario. And now living in BC, we have a company called Kelowna High Performance, where we train predominantly professional athletes, hockey players in the off season. So we have a whole setup there, which is, kind of everything from chiropractors, athletic therapy, nutrition, skill development, both on and off the ice. So it's kind of the full spectrum of the business. And yeah, I kind of, that's my gig, especially in the summertime, is helping our clients develop and learning along the way.
If you've been doing this for 20 years, that means you like it.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, tell us a little bit about what it is that keeps you magnetized to this industry.
Yeah, I mean, you hit it on the head. I love it, actually. It's I think it's probably the only thing I'm good at. I actually know it's the only thing I'm good at. But I think the people who look at it the way that I do, and I think that's a lot of great people, a lot of great coaches, that you're just curious. You're curious, and for me, it's about trying to solve problems. Like I said in my presentation, I end up doing a lot of rehab work now, and a lot of really difficult rehab, hip replacements, or hip surgeries and shoulder surgeries, and long-term rehab, and I dig into that. And obviously, there's an unfortunate part of it with the athlete being hurt, but it's a puzzle, and I think that's why I love what I do. I get to unwind that puzzle and try to, okay, can we get you back to where you were? Can we get you back to even better than what you were? And that curiosity and that let's say joy, it's kind of the only word that comes, is what drives me. And I think I'm pretty lucky to have found that. And I try to surround myself with people who are driven by a similar goal. And especially here in Kelowna and the Okanagan, there's some amazing practitioners, chiros, physios, coaches, hockey people. I mean, guys like Jason who are in the hockey community, or again, my own son is here, and that should tell you all you need to know how much I trust him and what he's doing here. And I think that's what keeps me, I know that's what keeps me going, is I tell my son, like, I don't have a job. I have a passion that allows me to do X, Y, and Z, right? And I think that's why it continues to go, because I have that, that curiosity to want to solve problems. And I think that's a long-winded answer, but it's that's kind of the first thing that comes to mind.
That's a great answer. And just to sum it up, obviously a lot of training and rehab is physical exercises and rehab programs, but I'm sure we all agree that the mind navigates the body.
Yes.
What is it that you would leave as a piece of wisdom for the kids, the viewers, the parents, other athletes? What piece of wisdom would you leave that is most impactful about how the mind navigates the body?
Yeah, I think it's not going to be sexy. I talked a little bit about it in my presentation, and the athletes I get to work with, the ones that have the most success, and by success in terms of professional hockey, I mean they're getting paid, they're playing for a long time, that to me is successful. Those athletes have a couple key traits. One of them is consistency. The guys and the girls who show up and do the work are the ones that have the most success. And my job as a coach is to help facilitate availability to play, right? My job is, bigger, faster, stronger, sure. Really, it's available to play. Can you practice when you want to practice? Can you play when you need to play at the level that you need to play at? And I think that philosophy for me has changed over time, for sure. I was probably more in the bigger, stronger, faster camp for a long time as a young coach, but then you start to realize what actually matters. What matters is the sport, right? Is their ability to participate in the sport at a high level, at the highest level that they can. And, so that mindset of consistency is showing up, doing the work, and really that also involves the ability to put up with it, right? My training isn't special. There's a lot of other brilliant coaches, over me. My training is consistent and it's boring, right? We do the same stuff, variations for sure, we have fun for sure, but can you put up with the same stuff? Can you put up with paying attention to your body? Can you learn? And again, the athletes that do that dig into that, they're the ones that have the success. So what I would say is be consistent and learn how to, learn how to take your body to places of discomfort, not pain, but discomfort. So learning that line and learning how to show up. And that's a big part of the battle.
Mark, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the UMH-68 final game of day one. It is Team Red versus Team Blue. The ice is clean and ready to go for a new period here heading into the second. 4-2 is the score in favor of Team Red over Team Blue. Zach Stewart on the call with you for this weekend of fun in Vernon at Cal Tire Place, the North Rink. For the UMH-68 in this game, it is a 4-2 lead for Team Red over Team Blue. For Team Blue, finding the back of the net is Alex Ayajikin, short-handed, and then Luke McCormick, a tip-in goal. On the other side, the 4 goals for Team Red, scored by Cooper Krause on the power play, Mitchell Wilson, Spencer Hall, and Max Pellegrino. As we head into this second period of play here in Vernon between these two teams, high scoring period, expecting pretty much the same heading into the second. In this second period, Team Red is also going to start on a power play for the next 37 seconds. So 37 seconds of penalty kill time against Team Blue heading into this second period. Team Blue has a shorthanded goal, but has also let up a power play goal to Team Red. So see how this next 37 seconds go as everyone's lined up at center ice and ready to go as puck is dropped and Team Red takes it right off the draw to start off the second period. In this second period, Team Red going from broadcast left to right, Team Blue from right to left. As a turnover in the offensive zone, shorthanded chance for Marchesechuk, just trying to hold it, waste some time. Team Red coming away with it out on the far hand side, crossing up into the offensive zone, making a move, taking a shot over top of the net and held in by Swinimer. Down to the right corner, trying to work his way out. Zarowski, that one's onto the net, swiped away, taking a shot. Krause with a shot, blocked in front, back to full strength, 5-on-5, penalties over, successful penalty kill. This time around for Team Blue in a 4-2 hockey game. Paul takes a big bump at the end boards that breaks out free to the half boards. On the backhand, down low, Zarowski gets to the far hand side, now working up. Chip pass up right down the middle. Entering the offensive zone, Team Blue getting held up, and a penalty is called. Arm of a referee is up, and touching up that puck is Team Red. So a penalty coming for hooking against Team Red at the 18:48 mark of this second period. And off to the penalty box for Team Red is Cooper Krause. He has a power play goal in this game and now takes a penalty. So to the power play, go Team Blue. Early in this second period, opportunity for them to try to crawl back into this game. Face off, one back by Team Red and sent it down the length of the ice on net. So just playing that out as Rydberg leaves it off for Dupuis, gets pressured behind the net. Aggressive shorthanded unit here from Team Red. Dupuis able to break that one free, stretch pass, trying to find Nolan Riley out of his reach, down the length of the ice. It will be enough for icing. They're gonna call, so all the way coming up with an offensive zone face-off, shorthanded, is Team Red. Team Blue still on the penalty kill for another minute and 36 seconds. To the blocker hand side of Rydberg. Line change for Team Red, shorthanded. Opportunity in the offensive zone. Face off, one back by Team Red, but too many blue jerseys. On the power play, Riley works up to Iachikin on the right wing. And a break into the offensive zone, rings it right corner to left corner. Kept in by Dupuis, knocked off the stick though, as Team Blue's got to recuperate at their own blue line. Working up quickly. Iachikin trying to work it up into the offensive zone, drops it off to Dupuis, makes a move. Now comes up over the red line, pushes it forward to Riley. Riley drives it to the left corner. Works back towards the blue line. Leaves it for Dupuis. Looks at the net. Takes a backdoor pass, but last second jumping in the lane and throwing that one down the length of the ice. 50 seconds to go on Team Blue power play. Working up with it. Westman slows it down at the red line. Goes right in front of him, McCormick. Has that one knock off his stick, bounces it around Coe. McCormick, backdoor pass, takes a shot. That's a save and a cover-up by Karpiak. 32 seconds to go on the man advantage, 17-19 in this second period. Still a 4-2 game in favor of Team Red. Face off, one back, shorthanded. Looking to waste time and shoot it down. Westman unable to hold the line, just grabbing it just beyond the line. Drop pass, now working to cycle back up. Bowen into the offensive zone. Dumar Cheesechuck with him, hammers the break up into the air. Coming back down with it, Westman steps up. He'll drive out wide, now cut towards the center of the ice. Lose that one off his stick as Red flips that one down into the neutral zone. Coming out of the box, negating the high stick, touching that one is Cooper Krause. So back to full strength, 5-on-5. Throwing it back to the point, taken away by Westman, entering the offensive zone, takes a shot, and again, swallowed up on the logo of Karpiak's shirt, the UMH-68 logo on the red jersey. Getting attention on that shot. 4-2 remains the score here for Team Red with 16 and a half minutes to play in the second period. Face off, one back by Team Blue with a shot and another glove save. They're not allowing anything on net and covering it up for a whistle. Face off again, taking on the far hand side of the ice. One forward by Team Red, chipping that one through. Now a 2-on-1. Now it's a 1-on-0 as Hall has it on a breakaway to the forehand and beats the glove side. Another goal here for Spencer Hall, his second of the game. Gets fed on a breakaway and makes no mistake. His second of the game, third of the day. And it is a 5-2 lead now here in favor of Team Red with 16:19 to go in this second period. Perfectly placed pass right onto the tape of Spencer Hall, who goes to the forehand and makes a no mistake. Ensuing face-off won by Team Blue into the offensive zone. Trying to ring it around the end boards. That one gets knocked off the stick, so Team Red takes over, but keeping the blue line is Zarowski. Shot on through traffic. Kick save into the corner. Still pressing for it. Both teams battling for possession. Spinning away. Zarowski looking to step up again. That one gets chipped by him. Off to the rush now. Into the offensive zone. Wilson with the shot, but shotting with the block shot in front and pushes it to the outside. Kept in at the blue line. Cooper Kraus with a goal in this game. Shot on. Looking for a tip in front. That's off the shoulder. And covered up for a whistle. So a save and a face-off. Defensive zone draw for Team Blue. Offensive for Team Red. Coming up here to the glove hand side of Rydberg. A 5-2 game, 15.5 minutes to go in this second period. Making sure all the wingers are properly lined up. Puck drop. Team Red takes it off the draw. U goes down low. Pellegrino, who's got a goal this game, gets spun off the puck. Loose in front near the crease. Trying to jam it in the far side post. That one gets taken away into the corner. Now coming up on a rush. Bounce pass up towards McKendry. McKendry over to Riley. Riley with a shot. And yet again, another shoulder save for a cover-up from Karpiak. Face-off coming on the near-hand side of the ice. In a 5-2 game, thanks to Spencer Hall, a breakaway goal. Lone goal of this second period so far to push the lead to 3 goals. Face-off won back by Team Blue. White will hammer it on the sideboards down low. Aya Chicken wings it to the blue line. White's got to hustle to hold the line. Takes a shot through traffic. Tip by Riley on the doorstep, but tip just wide. Hammering a shot. Aya Chicken with that rolls through the crease, but cleared out by Pellegrino. Riley still trying to apply the pressure down deep. Comes out to Dupuis, who steps up from the blue line to hold it in. Demansky getting pressured off by Hunter, but Pellegrino able to keep up. Tapped forward by White. White and Hunter chasing down deep into Reds territory. Moving it off the ledge. Over D-to-D pass now up towards Spencer Hall. Poke check off his stick. Demansky into the offensive zone. Poke forward to Hall, trying to toe drag it away from White. But active stick, getting a piece of it. Left in front, McGrath off his stick as well. Shin stepping up, looks towards the front of the net. Hall with a shot and hammers it. A one-timer in front for the goal. A hat trick, third of the game. Spencer Hall, a hat trick through 2 periods. And Team Red extends their lead, make it 6-2 with 14:11 left in the second period. So Spencer Hall's got 2 in this frame, and he's back out on the ice looking for another. As he's got a hat trick in the game, ensuing face-off won by Team Red. McGrath driving the net, takes a shot into the chest, rolling up, and then cleared out by Team Blue. Holding the puck on the far-hand side, Bowen trying to break free of contact, still has that puck lost in his feet. Centering feed, Coe able to keep it in. As now Westman coming up, making moves, turnover, Shin on the offensive zone. He'll stop up, leave the puck off towards McGrath. Looking to angle that one through the legs, unable to do so. Marchishchuk grabs the loose puck, trying to make a move around Wilson, stretch pass up towards Bowen. Bowen guides that safely to the end boards, now pulls it, waiting for a centering feed, just in front, walked off to the end boards. McCormick picks it up. He's got that one tied up behind the net of Karpiak. To the blue line, Westman rips a shot blocked in front by McGrath. And as the loose puck goes to the far hand side towards Roma Shin, up into the air and out of play along the blue line of red territory. 6-2 is the score now here in favor of Team Red, with Spencer Hall notching a hat trick and 2 in this period alone. 13 minutes to go in the second period. Face-off coming in front of the penalty boxes. One back by Team Blue. They'll work it at the blue line. Up on the far hand side, out of reach of everyone, as Team Red goes back to recover at their own end boards. Working up, poke check by Blue, as McKendry trying to break that one free, splitting the attackers. Stick lift, McKendry still trying to angle that one down to the end boards. Back on the attack, Cooper Kraus behind his own net, trying to get that safely out for Team Red. Phelan going for a stretch pass, stopping up. Swinimer, he'll go back behind his net. Coming back from the wing is Goic. Goic chips it up to Wilson, but making moves into the offensive zone. On the far hand side for Team Blue is Alex Iachikin. He's got a goal in this game, shorthanded goal earlier in the first period. Shotting, pulls that forward, now off to the rush, entering the offensive zone, takes a shot, that one just misses wide of the post, rebound shot, but stick lift tied up. No one getting a piece of it. Surowski has that one, get by him, and slowing things down is Shotting all alone, hard off the sideboards. Iachikin 3-on-1 into the offensive zone, but the one, Cooper Kraus, is able to stay in front and get that one away. Hunter, well falling, clean pass to Shotting. Pass up towards Riley, and another penalty coming up here. Slashing is the call. Going up against Jackson Dewick of Team Red, who'll make his way to the penalty box. So another power play opportunity here for Team Blue, with Dewick in the box. 11.5 to go in a 6-2 game. And a 5-on-4 power play here lining up for Team Blue to the blocker hand side of Karpiak, the goalie for Team Red from Kamloops. Face off, one back, 2 cleanly by Team Blue as it splits the defenseman. Dupuis circling in the zone. Up towards Bowen. Bowen enters the offensive zone, rings it around the end boards. Waiting for it is Iachikin. He'll get it to the blue line. Dupuis back towards Iachikin, just out of reach though, and sent down the length of the ice, where Rydberg will come out of the net and play it out in front. Making moves out of the zone, going right down the middle, now cutting to the left wing, in over the blue line, still with possession of it. Stick lift, and then nothing happening, cannot pull the trigger. As that one kept on in the blue territory, 1:10 to go on the power play. Dupuis looking up ice, connects on the far hand side with McCormick. McCormick makes Hall miss, goes over the blue line, driving out wide, hammers the break, slows it down to Iachikin. McCormick back to Iachikin, give and go, playing pass on the far side boards to the blue line. White angles that pass down low towards Deprina, trying to push Coe off the puck. Sharp angle, shoots it, looking for the top corner, misses the net wide. Iachikin holding the blue line, will now try to drive it, making moves, leaves it off of McCormick, push through his legs as it slowly squirts over the blue line. Entering the offensive zone, Hall with a big hit, takes the turnover, shot on, and a chest save by Rydberg. Odd man rush up, leaving it forward to Iachikin, as that one's just out of his reach. 20 seconds to go on the power play. Stepping up to Prina, snaps a shot into the glove, and covered for a whistle. 9:45 left in this second period in a 6-2 hockey game here in favor of Team Red. Spencer Hall with 2 goals this period, 3 in the game. As a face-off comes to the glove hand side on the far side of the ice, telling all the wingers to back up, get into your proper positioning. Face off one forward, Hunter with the shot, but another quick save by Karpiak. So reset, do this one again, take a couple seconds off the clock, and have another face off on the far hand side of the ice in a 6-2 game. Trying to get some helmet malfunctions there fixed at the face-off dot, ready to go for a puck drop. 8 seconds left on the blue power play. Again, reset at the face-off dot, tie up. Coming away with it is Team Red. They'll try to just kill off the rest of the penalty, and they will flip down the length of the ice. So back to even strength, 5-on-5. Unsuccessful power play as Duick is back out onto the ice and already in possession of the puck. Chip to the far side half boards. Shin trying to angle that down low, taken away. Now out leading the rush, defenseman Caprina for Team Blue, overtaken by McGrath. McGrath popped forward to Duick. Duick, he and Caprina collide as Westman has it behind his own net, works it on the backhand up. Deep offensive turnover. Shin able to pull that to his forehand, can't get around Fitzgerald as that's popped over towards Marchizchuk. Entering into the offensive zone, sliding it over to Fitzgerald, trying to keep up to the puck. First one there is DeLedge, pushes it to the far side corner. Leaving it off. McGrath waits for an open pass, but he gets taken down to the ice. Westman able to pick it up, backtracking, retreating into his own zone. Over to Zorowski, back towards Westman. Taps forward, trying to get a step on Wilson, and does. The defenseman leading a rush up. Westman still with possession, off the bar and out. Looked like he had it, but off the bar. Another shot from distance, just over top of the net. Zorowski able to hold it in, crashing in onto the left wing. Westman centering feed, unable to get through to Fitzgerald before getting taken away and sumped up to Duick. Fans on the dump-in attempt. Westman spinning around, sees traffic from both sides and has to double think his decision and pokes that one forward. Still in possession, climbing into the offensive zone. Loose puck down on the ice, coming up with it on the far hand side, entering the offensive zone. Thielen has that one poke checked off his stick. As now Chicken gets spun off. Thielen with it. Touching it up is Team Red. Delayed penalty going up against Team Blue. Loose in front, Pellegrino just missing the side post. As Team Red still in possession. 6-on-5, now a touch by Team Blue. And a penalty called going up against Alex Ayachikin as 7:22 to go, and Team Red now on to the power play for the next 2 minutes in a 6-2 hockey game. Power play start up in the offensive zone, blocker hand side of Rydberg. Power play started with a face-off win, but McCormick right there to take it away. Trying to lead up shorthanded. He'll just send it down to the end boards where Bowen will kind of play spy and see what Team Red does, breaking out of their own territory. Kept in, Bowen trying to pull it to his forehand. Chip forward. Dupuis will launch that down the length of the ice. Killing off some more time, 30 seconds gone on this penalty kill. It was Ayachikin for slashing, was the call in his own defensive end. Pellegrino starting up the power play in his own territory, now stirring back, leaves it off. Coe trying for a stretch pass. That one's off the stick of White and sends it back into Red territory, continuing this penalty kill. 1 minute to go on the power play for Team Red. 6.5 in the second period. 6-2 is the score. Bowen with an offensive zone turnover on the short-handed unit. He'll work his way to the blue line. Dupuis keeps it in, takes a shot through traffic, glancing off the body. And a rebound goes straight onto the tape of Spencer Hall. Works his way into the offensive zone, chips it to the end boards. He'll run into a screen to the line, but not out. Kept in on the power play by Team Red again. Working towards the net, going out wide. Cooper Krause takes a shot. Blocked in front, nearly a tap in on the doorstep by Hall as he'll regain possession of the puck. Swinimer over towards Krause. He'll take another shot. Kick save by Rydberg. As the puck rings around to Swinimer again, driving towards the net. Takes a shot and it's into the back of the net. Another power play goal for Team Red as they push the lead. 7-2 is the score. Trying to decide whose goal that is, if it was potentially tipped or not. And they're gonna give it to Swinimer, the defenseman for Team Red. Brendan Swinimer from Lake Country gets his first of the day, pushing the lead 7-2 with 5.5 minutes to go in the second period. Ensuing face-off, one forward by Team Blue, but taken away quickly. Cooper Krause working it back to his own end boards. Gets it over to Swinimer, who just got that last goal to push the lead to 5-goal differential in favor of Team Red. Jump cutting their way to the end boards. Onto the attack, taken over by Zarowski. He'll push it up the near side half boards. McKendry, he gets hammered into the boards as a loose puck on the far hand side. Another big hit on the far side, this time Team Blue laying the body as it's starting to get physical in a 7-2 game. In the second period, a penalty coming up here, and it is going to be an interference penalty going up against Schotting of Team Blue. Oliver Schotting to the penalty box now. So to the power play yet again. Here is Team Red, scored on their last power play to make it 7-2. And now a chance to extend the lead further. So power play starting in the offensive zone to the glove hand side of Rydberg. Face off, one back by Team Blue. Gets it out of the zone, down the length of the ice. McCormick trying to beat Keith to the puck, but Keith with a couple strides ahead will drop it off behind the net. As DeLedge will now step up, get it over to the far side corner. Up with it, Pellegrino. He'll look up ice, connect with Demansky, sneaking behind the defenseman. On a brief break, Demansky with a shot. Shoulder save and a save by Rydberg as it falls into his glove for a whistle. Face-off coming up still with 1:35 to go on the power play for Team Red. As it was Brendan Swinimer who scored the last power play goal for this Team Red just a couple minutes ago. Face-off again in the offensive zone for them. Reset at the face-off dot, getting kicked out of the draw is Marchizek, trying to flip around everyone in the face-off dot as Team Red wins that one. Swinimer goes D to D, settling things down. Cooper Krause, he's getting pressured by Marchizek, able to keep it into the blue line though. Down towards McGrath. McGrath drives to the high slot on the backhand, runs into Westman as Westman tries to feed Marchizek down the length of the ice. First one there is Cooper Krause. Drops it into the near side half boards to McGrath. McGrath working right down the middle now. He gets poke checked off, but continues his momentum up into the offensive zone. 3:48 to go in the second period. Drop pass taken away, but not able to escape the blue line. That's down low. McGrath towards Cooper Krause again. Krause over to Swinimer on the right point. Same position he scored his last one. Shot on, but blocked in front by Westman. As now Marchizek is able to get it out into the neutral zone, staying onside, back into the offensive zone. Shot on, but a save. And then cleared down the length of the ice. There's a brief in tight 2-on-1. Team Red could not capitalize on. 30 seconds to go on their power play. Penalty kill, still out for another 20 for Team Blue. Stretch pass, over skating it, now tipped forward by Kang. right there to knock that one back down towards the blue line of red territory. Taking advantage, Bowen short-handed. Didn't see Ed Riley with him, now hits a trailer. Coming up is White with a shot, just missing the net out wide. Rebound into the crease, but sprawled out to cover that one up is Karpiak to make the save. 2 more seconds left on this penalty kill for Team Blue. Face-off coming in their offensive zone. Puck is dropped and out of the box. Comes Schoting to join his team as Team Red now working into the offensive zone, just out of the reach of Wilson. As White, unable to escape the zone, kept in, centering feed to Wilson, scored the first goal of the game back in the first period. Thielen with a shot, glove save, another one trying to jam away at it. But that one's covered up by Rydberg. Couple looks on the side of the net, and that's a save. Good save by Rydberg to keep this a 7-2 game. We're with 2.5 minutes to play in the second period, final game of the day to start off the UMH-68 tournament. Face off, telling everyone to back up, repositioning yet again. Here, one back by Team Blue, Dupuis. Up the near side, boards to Riley. Trying for an outbreak. Riley enters into the offensive zone. He'll try to drag it down into the corner. Riley poke checked off his stick by DeLege. Gets it over, but not far enough as Team Red coming back out the other way with Thielen. Driving on Dupuis. Thielen trying to get to the outside, but Dupuis holding him there. Great play. As Thielen now still in the offensive zone, drop pass to Wilson at the end boards. Wilson centering feed, another one-timer along the post, trying to jam that in again. And that's another cover up and save by Rydberg to keep his team the 7-2 deficit. Face-off coming to the far hand side of the ice now, switching sides, but still in the offensive zone here for Team Red. 7-2 is the score. Already in this game, you got Spencer Hall with a hat trick through 2 periods, including 2 goals here in the second. On the other side, McCormick and Iachikin with goals for Team Blue, as that's popped out looking for Bredeton. Up towards Fitzgerald, has that one tied up with DeLege. Both teams digging away for it in front of Team Blue's bench. Out with it goes Demansky. Over to Keith. Keith will just fire that one to the end boards. No icing. Now Sorowski will get it out to the neutral zone. Fitzgerald working now into the offensive zone on the backhand, trying to center that one, but too many sticks in front, couldn't get it through. Sorowski at the blue line. Elects to try to go down low. That one's blocked in front. And now Schoting will just flip it back down deep, delayed offside. So Blue needing to touch up. Gives Red a chance to break out of their own zone. 1 minute to go here in this second period. Right down the middle of the ice, entering the offensive zone. Cooper Kraus leading the rush up, off to the side of the net, taken away by Zorowski, right in front. Iachikin going into the offensive zone, trying to split the defenseman. He gets taken down and piled on as McCormick wings it to the blue line. Schoting unable to hold it. That's poked forward before Zorowski can get that one into the offensive zone yet again. Still lost in his feet, 30 seconds to play in this second period. That one's lobbed up towards Hall into the offensive zone, driving in it, hammering the brakes, waiting on the backhand, and for a trailer, McGrath takes it, shoots. Chest save, blocked into the corner, pushed out to the blue line, 10 seconds to go. Last rush attempt here for Team Blue, entering the offensive zone. Iachikin again gets piled on, and a penalty coming up, arm of a referee with 6 seconds to play here in this second period. As going to the penalty box is Team Red for a holding penalty. Making the slow skate to the box for Team Red is Carmen Kang from Surrey. Gonna go sit for the next 2 minutes unless a power play goal is scored with 6 seconds left in this second period. 7-2, the score in favor of Team Red. Trying to get the proper unit on the ice on this penalty kill. as Team Blue starts the power play in the offensive zone, blocker hand side of Karpiak. Face off one forward, both teams tied up. Westman can't hold it in the blue line, and time expires. 2 periods are in the books here in the final game of day 1 of the UMH-68. And a 7-2 lead in favor of Team Red over Team Blue, adding on to the lead with 3 second period goals in a period that saw some rough stuff, some penalties, and some scoring from Team Red to add on to their lead, heading into the 3rd and final period of play here at Cal Tire Place in Vernon for the final game of day number 1. Let's take a look at the 2nd period summary. Started with a Cooper Krause penalty with Spencer Hall. Then shortly after, getting a short-handed goal, his 2nd of the game at the time, assisted by Roma Shin and Rowan McGrath. Then another goal by Spencer Hall to complete the hat trick through 2 periods. Again with assists from Roma Shin and Rowan McGrath. Then a penalty by Jackson Duick for slashing. Penalty by Alex Iachikin for slashing as well. Brendan Schwinnemer with a power play goal, sniping it by unassisted. And then another penalty from Oliver Schotting for interference. And then Carmen Kang a holding penalty with the final 6 seconds of the period to have it a minute and 54-second power play to start off the 3rd period. Coming up shortly here from the UMH-68. It's a power play coming up to start the 3rd for Team Blue, who are down 7-2 in favor of the red team. Takes us now to the sponsors in this game. Again, this would not be possible without these sponsors helping us out over the weekend at this tournament.
Sponsors for this tournament brought to you by Brown's Social House. Locally owned and operated, Brown's Social House Village Green provides the perfect balance between neighborhood pub and upscale casual dining. Our guests experience a premium casual environment that make them feel at home, and that's what the term social house is all about. It's that simple. Steel, platinum sponsor, main sponsor of UMH-68. This episode is sponsored by BioSteel, the hydration choice trusted by pros and parents alike, and now it's even easier to grab. The new BioSteel Variety Pack is available at Costco Canada. You get 24 bottles, 3 flavors, Rainbow Twist, Blue Raspberry, and Black Cherry, all with no sugar, no caffeine, and no junk. Just clean, effective hydration that works as hard as you do. Between hockey practices, tournaments, and road trips, staying hydrated is a must, and now it's easier than ever with the BioSteel Variety Pack at Costco Canada. 24 bottles, 3 top flavors, and 0 sugar. It's a no-brainer for hockey families. Stock the garage fridge, keep the kids' game ready, and feel good about what they're drinking. Iron Ghost Construction, platinum sponsor. As a dedicated platinum sponsor of UMH-68, Iron Ghost has provided player scholarships at all 4 events, helping young athletes chase their dreams on and off the ice. Iron Ghost, where quality and safety lead every build. Since 2014, Iron Ghost has delivered quality, safe construction from structure to mechanics, start to finish. Iron Ghost Construction, solid, skilled, and proven. A proud supporter of youth sports in their hometown of Vernon, BC and beyond. Iron Ghost is committed to building more than just structures. They're building futures. Iron Ghost Construction, recognized as a top contractor in multiple industries such as oil and gas, forestry, and agriculture, from building turnkey production facilities that produce canola oil, biodiesel, condensate, and oil, to keeping up with the industry changes in forestry, where new technology and equipment are replacing that of the past. Iron Ghost specializes in the main structures with a large employment of iron workers, crane operators, millwrights. Iron Ghost has successfully completed projects in BC, Alberta, and Saskatchewan. And Elite Prospects Gold sponsor. EP is sponsoring the tournament stats and All-Star Awards. #1, Elite Prospects is the gateway to hockey. Online since 1999, EliteProspects.com is the #1 statistical hockey resource, serving over 1 million unique visitors weekly. It offers the most informative hockey player database on the web and has the most reliable transaction tracker available. For youth hockey players, Elite Prospects is your very own online showcase to highlight your achievements and help secure future playing opportunities. Coaches, scouts, and schools at every level of the game consider Elite Prospects their number one stop shop to discover future stars. And finally, Up My Hockey, gold sponsor. Up My Hockey is proud to provide scholarships to the players attending UMH-68 because talent deserves opportunity. Change your thinking, change your game. Up My Hockey, where mindset meets performance. Up My Hockey is proud to support UMH-68 players with scholarships because mindset matters. Change your thinking, change your game. Train with a program designed by a coach who's played at the highest level and 10x your development. Up My Hockey, where mindset meets performance. And Up My Hockey is proud to support the next generation of athletes by awarding the Sidney Crosby Award recipients with scholarships for mindset coaching with former NHLer Jason Podolak. Build confidence, strengthen your mindset, take your game to the next level. Change your thinking, change your game with Up My Hockey.
And then finally, the final sponsor here, Arcane. Can't forget about Arcane. They supplied all of the gear, all the elite level gear for all the teams this weekend. Just a little shout out to Arcane Hockey here as we head into the third period in a 7-2 hockey game.
Why I think these players are drawn to events like this and sometimes drawn to me and my message is because I've been in their skates before. You know, I've been that player that wants to play at the highest level. I've won the gold medal. I've been drafted to the NHL. You know, I've played games in the NHL, but I think where my story stops, I want these guys' stories to continue. I mean, I played 41 games in the NHL, which is phenomenal, and I'm super proud of that, but I wanted it to be more. And now looking back on what my career was, I know that there's intangibles there that I wasn't taking advantage of. And now to be able to use that experience, that first-hand knowledge, not only from my on-my-ice knowledge and perspective, but now the off-ice awareness of what I was missing, to provide that whole package to these players to help them on their own journeys is something that's really inspiring to me. Touch points that a lot of these tournaments aren't doing is really putting the player first. And that was the one thing that I wanted to do. I wanted to be a player-first experience, a top-level player-first experience. Give them something that's not only going to make them better on the ice, but make them better off the ice, and allow them to leave this tournament not just with, hey, I got some goals and I got some assists, but with some powerful messaging that's going to help them moving forward. So better humans, I say, make better hockey players, and that's really a message that was driven home really clearly from the scouts, from the coaches, from myself, and what Up My Hockey is. And that's the truth of it, and that's the thing that the players, the quicker they understand that, not only are they better adapted in their own communities, but they are going to have much longer careers and much better chance of making it. In our own way at the U15 level, I made that dressing room experience be something special for these players. They walked in and we used the sponsors that were available, like BioSteel and like Nature's Fair, the organic grocer here, and some of these places that wanted these players to have this experience, and tape was available for them. You know, bananas, oranges, apples were there, unlimited BioSteel, sweat towels. You know, like the small details that doesn't maybe seem like much, but the devil is in the details, and the players notice that, and the jerseys are hung, and the nameplates are on there, and made them feel like pros.
Welcome back. Heading into the third period here at the UMH-68 game against Team Blue against Team Red. Heading into the third and final period here of day one of the tournament. Been through 3 games and 2 periods up until this point, and Team Red is up 7-2 over Team Blue heading into this third and final period of the night game. At the UMH-68, 20 minutes to go. Zach Stewart on the call with you for the weekend here in Vernon at Cal Tire Place, North Rink. As we're getting set to get this third period started, Team Blue is going to start off with a power play for the next minute and 54 seconds as Kang is in the box and we're underway. Puck is dropped, third period has started here at Cal Tire Place, and already a launch down the length of the ice from Team Red. Team Blue is going to pick it up, and they're going from broadcast left to right. Team Red from right to left in this third period. Bowen entering the offensive zone with steam for Team Blue on the power play. Going to the end boards, pushing it behind the net to McCormick. Tia Chicken going to the blue line. Westman backdoor to McCormick, just threw his stick and doesn't get it on net as it's pushed down the length of the ice. 1:15 to go of power play time for Team Blue. We'll start up right down the middle. Bowen couldn't handle that pass as Keith hammers it back down in towards Team Blue zone. Hall then picks it up. Short-handed chance. Hall with a shot over top of the net. 1 minute to go on the power play. 1 minute gone here in this third period. Entering the offensive zone. Bowen, he'll look to take a shot from behind. Gets pressured by Hall. Goalie down, Karpiak, as he got ran into, but no penalty, just stoppage of play as he was unable to move as him and Ian Chicken stuck on top of each other in the crease. So face-off coming up in front of Karpiak with 46 seconds of power play time to go here for Team Blue still. Face-off coming on the near-hand side of the ice. Face-off, one back by Team Red, needing to get it out of their own zone on the penalty kill. Stick lift and Dueck on the way out, battling with Marchizchuk. Marchizchuk undercuts him and gets that puck out free, but lost it yet again. Dueck gets run into as Marchizchuk now coming right down the middle, gets hit by Dueck, and that will be a penalty against Dueck as Marchizchuk is still hurting down there on the ice. It's going to be a penalty against Dueck. Looks like some knee on knee heading into the neutral zone as Marchizchuk getting looked at down there on the ice. Still down as Dueck is in the box here with 18.5 minutes to play in this third period. As Marchizchuk getting checked on. Referees discussing while we wait to see if Marchizchuk will be okay. Like I said, getting looked at, attended to down there on the ice. Getting helped to his feet and getting attended to onto the bench. Great news for Marchizchuk. As it looks like Dueck is going to the dressing room. Have to wait for the official call, but on a better note, Marchizchuk back on the bench, onto his feet, so play will continue. His 5-minute penalty up on the board here at Cal Tire Place. So 18:31 to go in the third period. 26 seconds of power play time, and now add on another 5. So 5 on 3 in favor here for Team Blue. Extended power play with Dueck out for the rest of the game. Game misconduct, it looks like, against Jackson Dueck. So 5 on 3 power play in front of Karpiek in favor of Team Blue. Trying to get all situated for this offensive zone face-off. Face-off won back cleanly, shotting at the blue line. He'll look over to his D partner and connect with Deprina. Backdoor off the tape. And back to the blue line, shotting over to Deprina. Shotting center point. Looks over towards Hunter, looks to hammer a one-timer. That one's taken away and launched down the length of the ice where Zadrowski will collect it. Zarowski, now he'll need a rush up into the offensive zone. Back to just 5-on-4 power play time as Kang is out of the box. Riley looking to pull it to his forehand, unable to do so. Short-handed, 2-on-1 for Team Red. Entering the offensive zone, Thielen trying to cut through, shotting. That one he gets pinned off, so power play for the next 4 minutes and 10 seconds. As a stretch pass up towards Hunter. Hunter centering feed to McCormick through his legs, still loose in front, whacking away at it to get sent to the blue line. Dupuis able to get there and send it down low. Body contact from Coe. Lifted high and down the length of the ice, where White will get back to be there first. Getting pressured behind the net, now launched up towards Hunter. Hunter leaves it for McCormick. Trying to feed it on the far hand side, lost room as Thielen once again sends it down towards blue territory. Power play for the next 3.5 minutes here in this third period for Team Blue in a 7-2 game. White leads a rush up from the back end into the offensive zone. Fitzgerald pushes it past the blue line as he's got a reset up towards Brereton. Gets to the end boards, launches that one off the right corner. Overskating it is Swinimer. His D partner helping out, lift it to the blue line. Not out though, but now finally launched down, forcing Westman and Dupuis to get it in their own territory. Dupuis right in front, gets it to the blue line. Krause will slow things down and now send it up towards Hall. Taken away by Westman. Westman working into the offensive zone, still battling his way through, and offside is the call against Team Blue, so neutral zone face-off. Coming up just outside of red territory, 2:44 of power play time left. 16:14 to go in period number 3. We're in a 7-2 game. Face-off won back by Team Blue. Deprina entering the offensive zone, cutting along the near side boards. He'll go behind the net, look for a centering pass, finds Bowen, but on his offhand, so Bowen's got to slow things down. Westman to Deprina in the far side corner, trying to break free from Delge. Keeping it in is Westman. Great keep in as he's now trying to drive down the far hand side. Runs into Hall. Westman still continuing his momentum with the puck to the end boards now. Behind the net, circling up, goes to the blue line. Bowen with the shot. That one's fanned on as now Hall will come out with it. Lose it in the neutral zone. Now tip it to the right corner. 2 minutes of power play time left as Team Blue start out of their own territory. Bowen leaving it off. Entering the offensive zone is Aya Chicken. Getting into a good shooting lane. Takes a shot. Misses the net. Now rebound. Sends a centering feed to Bowen, but unable to get through. Taken away and sent down the ice by Team Red. Rydberg leaves it off behind the net to Westman. He's getting pressured, but Westman now and Bowen trying to break free. Deprina to Westman. Westman will just carry it into the offensive zone himself. Look for a drop pass, continue on into the corner. Centering feed and tapped wide of the net by Bowen. Just had too much sticks in front, pinned off the puck. Down low, Hunter forces it behind the net. Right there was Westman to try to keep it in and chipped by. Wilson off to the rush, a breakaway, shorthanded. Wilson to the backhand, slides it past the glove of Rydberg. And Wilson gets his second of the game. Mitchell Wilson, a shorthanded goal to push the lead even further, make it 8-2 in favor of Team Red. Still 1 minute of power play time here for Team Blue. now trailing 8-2. 14:30 to go here in this third period. Face off one back by Team Blue. McCormick entering the offensive zone. Trying to get around, stick lift, lost no man's land. Fitzgerald stepping up now. Zarowski with the shot off the tip of the stick of Karpiak and out of play into the netting. So another offensive zone face-off here. Coming up for Team Blue. Going up to the far hand side of the ice. Still on this power play after Dewitt got that game misconduct major for kneeing. Face-off coming up now. Both teams just lining down, bending over, ready to take the draw. Face-off one back by Team Blue. Zarowski driving down into the corner. He'll throw it towards the net. No high stick. It's supposed to be knocked down, but that one was sent on net and now covered up as Mitchell Wilson will get his second goal of the game to make it an 8-2 contest here in favor of Team Red. Another offensive zone face-off. Power play time still a little bit longer, 30 seconds. Coming up to the near hand side of the ice now, face-off one back. Connecting with Fitzgerald. Goes down low. McCormick looking back towards the point. That one's picked off as Team Red with you sends it down the ice. Another successful clear here from Team Red and an 8-2 contest. Zarowski working right down the middle over the red line, enters the offensive zone. McCormick looks for a shot. That one just slides off the end of his stick as Pellegrino comes out of the box, who is serving that penalty. Stretch pass up, entering the offensive zone. On the far hand side, Bowen with the shot. Pad save, looking for the rebound, grabbing it is Fitzgerald to the blue line, but no one there as a line change defensively. White stepping up off the bench. Delayed offside, stays on, waits for his teammates to join out into the neutral zone as he hits the deck. As Team Red now gets it out towards the red line. Zarowski, he'll take a shot on. Hall with the block and trying to get that puck with an offensive zone turnover. Wilson, a quick snap. Pad save. Rebound goes to the far hand side. McGrath now working around. Cycling up, looking for the blue line and finds it to Keith. Keith unable to hold it in though as he received that pass out of the blue line. Offside is the call against Team Red. Face off coming up just outside of the blue line of blue territory. Full line change coming for Team Red. Looking for another skater here for Team Blue out onto the ice. As it looks like Fitzgerald will come join the line out with 12:41 to go in this third period. Face off in the neutral zone. Fitzgerald works it out forward over the blue line. Now trying to get behind the defenseman. Fitzgerald windmill attempt, but Kang right there to hold strong and not allow that attempt to happen. Dupuis keeps it down low, stepping up. Coe on the near side corner. He'll just fire it down the length of the ice. And it's gonna be icing is the call against Team Red. Maybe forgot they were back to even strength, 5-on-5. Either way, icing is the call coming down the length of the ice for a face-off in front of Karpiak. On the near hand side, 8-2 is the score. Face-off one back by Team Red. Coe rings it around, looking for you. Gets run into by Dupuis. Fitzgerald, loose puck, looking for McKendry. Still loose in everyone's legs, pulling it towards an open space, but open space was in the neutral zone. His Team Blue's got to send that one back down deep to the end boards. McKendry knocked off the puck. Down on the ice, Fitzgerald has to get over to the near side corner and pick that one up. Out with it, Team Red. Pellegrino fires it far hand side, just out of the reach of you as Dupuis gets it out to White. Centering pass, gets a stick on it, no icing, tipped on onto the net of Karpiak. Brings it out cleanly to the near side half boards. Big hit on Coe. Is coming back with it is McGrath. McGrath behind the net. Works up on the far hand side, keeping it into the blue line, but working his way out is Chicken before leaving it off to Deporia. Trying to hustle to the puck is Fitzgerald. Unable to be the first one there as Kang takes over and works it up to the blue line. Kept in by Westman, forcing Kang backtracking behind his own net to collect that puck over to Coe. Coe, he'll slow things down behind the net now as he'll take his time and get it up on the far side boards. Trying to chip right down the middle. Wilson couldn't drag that one with him. As another stretch pass up towards Chicken as it gets by Coe down the length of the ice here with 10:40 to go in this third period. 8-2 is the score. Chicken working up to the top of the slot, has that one knocked off his stick. As out the other way goes Team Red, and Thielen trying to beat a foot race with Bowen. Bowen gets knocked down to the ground, but still in possession of the puck. Trying to break it free on the right corner. Off a body of Chicken, into possession with it. Goes Thielen, turnaround shot blocked in front, loose is Wilson, up into the air, rebound falls short of the post and off to the side. Wilson going for his hat trick as well, as McCormick onto the far side, centering feed, active stick in front by Kraus to negate that centering feed as it's to the near side half boards. Pellegrino looking up front, he gets run into by DePrena. Chicken right down the middle, he gets run into as the red team takes over possession. Shin trying to make a move, Nolan Riley takes over, he gets run into. Puck still in possession of Westman, stretch pass, blocked in front by Pellegrino. As now Hunter and Westman collide on the far side half boards, trying to continue momentum down deep. Brennan unable to grab that puck as D2D over for Team Red. Shin now looking up ice, has that one knocked off his stick. Stretch pass up, Team Blue exiting their own zone. Entering into the offensive territory in the far hand side, trying to make a move around Delge. Fitzgerald works it back to the blue line, unable to quite get there in time is Zarowski. As McGrath now puts it through the legs of Fitzgerald up towards Shin. Shin leaves it off for McGrath, but couldn't drag that one back to his forehand. As that one's out with it is Nolan Riley. Riley still with possession, trying to drag that one back to the end boards, taken away in an 8-2 hockey game in favor of Team Red. Offensive control here for Team Blue to the blue line. Shotting, takes a slap shot just wide of the net. Picked up by Delge on the far side post as he'll look to work it up into the neutral zone, forcing Shotting back into his own zone. Now up over the blue line to McKendry, just rolling off the end of his stick to the end boards. McKendry through contact, centering feed as U takes over. Delge gets run into. Riley again with the puck, sharp angle shot, rebound, kick save to the far side corner. To the blue line, Zarowski able to keep it in, tipped in front, loose behind the body, tip stop as it goes off to the corner yet again. Another centering feed, unable to find him, slap shot on by Zarowski, and that's a blocker save up into the netting. Out of play. 7:40 to go here in the third period. Face-off coming up in front of the red zone, in front of Karpiak. In this game, Spencer Hall with a hat trick, Mitchell Wilson with a pair of goals, and a good game played by Walter Karpiak. Face-off won back by Team Red in their own corner. Battle with it, Coe comes away with the puck, going to the far side corner, turnover, trying to pull their way three. Dupuis able to push off the puck and cape it in momentarily with the help of McCormick. Now stretch pass, looking up for U. That one's intercepted at the blue line of blue territory into the offensive zone, but Kang slowing it down behind his own net. Puck gets taken off, stretch pass down the length of the ice, and it will go all the way down for not an icing call. Dupuis let that one go by. so negating the icing with a hustle play. Hall now takes over in the corner. Hall looks to the blue line. That one not able to get kept in. Going blue line, work it up, turnover. White comes stepping in from Salmon Arms, jumps in on the rush. The defenseman goes right corner to left corner. First one there, Fitzgerald, he'll eat a hit and get it to McCormick. Centering feed on the backhand, turnaround shot, rebound, they shoot, he scores. Fitzgerald able to get the rebound and tuck it by the pad of Karpiak to finally get back onto the board for Team Blue. It's been since the first period, and Fitzgerald finds the back of the net. It is his second of the day, first of this game. And cutting the lead, it is now 8-3 in favor of Team Red still. Face off, one forward by Team Red onto the net of Rydberg, who will cover it up for a whistle. So a defensive zone face-off coming up for Team Blue. Offensive for Team Red with 6:16 to go. In the third period, stretch pass up towards Aya Chicken, looking for a centering feed, dragging the foot, but couldn't quite get through all the way. As back the other way, Cooper Kraus, the defenseman, leading a rush up, trying to cut towards the front of the net. That's knocked off his stick. Westman able to grab it to the end boards, trying to work his way free. Team Blue shoveled it up, turnover in the offensive zone, over to Pellegrino, drop pass to McGrath. McGrath with a shot, misses the near side post. As play will continue in the far side corner. Stepping up, Hunter for Team Blue, gets it out to the red line, but Dell's right there at the logo to center it up towards Pellegrino. Off his stick. Ayachichin into the offensive zone, try to weasel his way through, but unable to do so as that one just gets pushed wide of the net. Shot on, tipped in front, but a pad save by Karpiak. Around to the far side corner. Bowen unable to clear the zone. Kept in with help from a teammate, DePrina. Once again, DePrina holding the line. Third time's a charm. This time go up and over, but out of play. So unable to exit the zone, as it will stay with an offensive zone face-off here for Team Blue with 4:49. That last goal scored by Kane Fitzgerald on the rebound. Able to tuck that one through around the left pad of Karpiak. Face off, tie up in the far side corner. Both teams pushing away, battling for it. Comes around to the near side end boards. Keith looks up. He'll make a clean pass over towards you. Backtracks deeper into red territory. Tries to set up another play, another outbreak pass. Down ice, Demansky. Off towards Spencer Hall. Hall into the offensive zone, hammers the brakes, just goes to the end boards. Demansky looking to pick it up at the end. Far side half. He'll leave it at the point, but unable to handle it was Kang. That goes down all the way towards Karpiak with 4 minutes to go here in this third period. Coe trying to work his way out of the grasp of Kane Fitzgerald. Coming out free with the puck. Trying for a centering feed was McKendry. Unable to get that one through. Good defense by Kang, who from a knees gets a pass up towards Hall. Hall trying to connect with Wilson on the stretch pass, but just too far out of reach of Wilson as it's stuck in the neutral zone right at the red line. Wilson up towards Thielen. Thielen trying to drag it over towards Hall. McGrath with a turnaround shot. That one's blocked in front. Good block by McCormick. And now a chip play out. Fitzgerald wasn't able to get it out. Grabbing it is Soransky. Up towards McCormick. Trying to chip that array from the defenseman. Unable to do so. Wilson now grabs it. Pushes it forward. One-on-one with Shotting into the offensive zone. Takes a shot. Glancing off the top of the net, it looks like, and out of play. 8-3 is the score here in favor of Team Red still. Ever since that knee towards Marchesechuk, he has not returned back onto the ice. So hopefully he'll be back in action tomorrow. I'll have to wait and see how he's feeling after taking that knee collision. In front of the bench, face off, tie up, far hand side. White comes away with it into his own corner, trying to poke check that forward, not enough juice on it. And as Team Red able to keep it in, taking a shot on, kick save into the corner. White trying to work his way free. Cooper Kraus unable to hold it, just a knuckling, bobbling puck at the blue line, forces him to do a dump and chase strategy for his team to get back onside. Loose puck taken by Shin. He'll drop it towards the blue line. Return feed working all the way around Pellegrino. Now he needs to get on his horse and get there quickly into the neutral zone. Turnover, Pellegrino back onto the offensive attack. Makes a move to the far hand side, gets taken down by Dupuis as that's a centering pass up towards McCormick into the offensive zone. Wings it left corner to right corner, 2 minutes to play here in this third period in an 8-3 game in favor of Team Red. Puck to the end boards yet again, picking it up. Battle for the boards, along the boards now, 2-on-2. Both teams just jostling for possession, hammering away at it, where Team Red will come out with that loose puck and to the blue line, but not out, as Fitzgerald takes the long route around to it, trying to catch up around the ledge. Keeping that one in, Dupuis unable to hold it for much longer as Iachikin backtracking, covering in on the defensive position. Another hit there by Dupuis. Iachikin takes over, looks for a stretch pass, elects to just take it itself. All up the far side wing, drop pass now on to Fitzgerald. Overtaken by Hall, Fitzgerald returns with the puck. Now up McGrath, connects with Yu. Yu, a big hit with the White. They just collide, both stay on their feet. But heavy contact as we have 1 minute to play here in the third period. Final minute of the first day, game number 4 of the UMH-68. At the blue line, Westman able to just angle that one down to the end boards. The ledge, over towards Hall, looking for a stretch pass to Wilson. Active stick by Westman to block that one away. Thielen now picks it up to Wilson, into the offensive zone, takes a shot. Westman with a block, looking for a stretch pass up towards McKendry, into the offensive zone. McKendry gets taken over by Kang, who's trying to push the pace back up the other way. 25 seconds to go in this third period. Coe behind his net towards Kang. Flipped out, but Westman holds the blue line and gets out to the neutral zone. 5 seconds, one last rush opportunity for Team Blue. Bowen looking to do his best, but runs into Wilson, and time will expire. Buzzer sounds, and this game is over. Team Red with an 8-3 win over Team Blue, and with that win, every team got a win on opening day of the UMH-68 weekend here in Vernon. Handshake line at center ice before we announce the awards for this game, the Grit and Grind Award and the 3 stars after an 8-3 win for Team Red over Team Blue. Goals in this game scored by Cooper Kraus, Brendan Swinimer, 2 by Mitchell Wilson, 3 from Spencer Hall, and Max Pellegrino getting on the board. For Team Blue, it was Alex Iachikin, Kane Fitzgerald, and Luke McCormick were the goal scorers. Now time to go towards the awards after the game. The game's Grit and Grind Award gets a $30 gift certificate to Brown's Social House. Brown's Social House, locally owned and operated Brown Social House Village Green provides the perfect balance between neighborhood pub and upscale casual dining. Our guests experience a premium casual environment that makes them feel at home. And that's what the term social house is all about. It's that simple. So the game's Grit and Grind Award is for the hardest working player of the game, and it will be handed out in this game between Team Red and Team Blue. Number 7, Piper Dupuis, defenseman for Team Blue, is the Brown Social House Grit and Grind Award winner for this game. Now the 3 stars brought to you by Up My Hockey. From mindset to performance, Up My Hockey is your go-to source for unlocking the next level in your game. Grow your mindset, grow your game. 3 stars, the 3rd star gets a $30 gift card for Source for Sports. 2nd star, $40 gift card for Source for Sports, and 1st star gets a $50 gift card for Source for Sports. 3rd star goes to number 16, Luke McCormick for Team Blue with a goal in this game. 2nd star for Team Red, Mitchell Wilson, number 12, got a pair of goals in this game. And then 1st star for Team Red is going to be Spencer Hall with a hat trick in this game, flying up and down the ice. So those are the 3 stars and the Grit and Grind Award here for the final game of day 1 between Team Red and Team Blue. So 1st star, Spencer Hall. 2nd star, Mitchell Wilson. 3rd star, Luke McCormick. And Grit and Grind Award is Piper Dupuis. And we're lining everyone up for their pictures for the awards after an 8-3 win for Team Red over Team Blue, and that recaps the day. Let's go back. First game of the day this morning, it was a 6-4 win for Team Gray over Team Red, and a 7-4 win for Team Black over Team Blue. Then it was a 7-3 win for Team Black over Team Gray, and then an 8-3 win for Team Red over Team Blue. Does it for the first day of the UMH-68 in Vernon. Let's do it all again tomorrow, same times. We'll see you tomorrow.